I'm Ron Heichman. I'm a staff machine learning engineer at SentinelOne, and the way I start my coffee is by roasting the beans. And then I make a nice shot of espresso and make myself a nice foamy cappuccino. Yeah.
So let's do a little pivot and talk about some real fun stuff, which is trying to get LLMs to do what they should be doing. And I feel like you know a lot about that.
So did you say shouldn't or should? Because
shouldn't. I
shouldn't,
want to.
yes.
I want to know how I can get it to do the forbidden things.
Yeah. Okay. So what I love about this is that, in a way, it's kind of like, talking to a person also, like, it's very accessible to jailbreak LLMs, to get them to stray away from what they've been trained to avoid. Because, think about back, like, I guess in the 80s or even 70s, a lot of people played these like text-based RPGs that were fairly simple. It's almost like that, right? You maybe sometimes had to type to some of these characters and be like, you'd be like, okay, let me in. And they'd be like, no, you don't know the password. And then you might say like, oh, actually the password's my name. and that would be the unlock, right? And those kind of silly things are a nice entry point to getting LLMs to do what they're not supposed to do, to be jailbroken. It doesn't like take some deep technical knowledge to get started with, even thinking about like, how do I trick this thing? Earlier I was talking about like interfacing with LLMs is all about building context. Like you're just sending it text. So you often have to think about like, what does the LLM actually see? When I am having a conversation with an LLM, usually that conversation on the LLM's end, it's still just a completion model. What it looks like is something called a ChatML format prompt, which is like, if you look it up, you'll see it's kind of like some special characters, something that tells it what the current role is, the actual content of the message for that current role, and it kind of like alternates that. So you'll see something like, I think it's like I am start, and then system, the system prompt, and I am end.